So we usually put this white sheet in front so we can make sure we're not giving the fish nonverbal cues. And I start by giving them a test with just the color that we've trained them for. And then I'll put the card in there without showing the color. And then I'll show the color, and the fish will see it and tap it, and then I feed them.
Cichlids are a really interesting group of fish. One of the things we found with cichlids is that they had much more variation in their visual systems than we ever expected. Humans have 3 kinds of cones which we use to see color in our environment. For each of those cone types we have one opsin gene. We discovered was that cichlids have 7 different opsin genes, and different species can radically differ in the visual sensitivities they have because they can express different combinations of those 7 opsin genes.
Right now, in terms of our behavioral experiments, we're trying to push a little bit more and try to understand what are the limits of this color vision, until which colors are indiscriminable for them.
I mostly work on the behavioral experiments to find the color thresholds of the fish. So it's if you have like 2 shades of blue, how far apart do they have to be for the fish to be able to tell them apart? And then I might give them like a harder one. Like this purple one is a little bit harder for them because it's a different shades of brightness. So if they touch it, I'll give them a reward. So these are all the different colors we have. And you can see that they're all closer and farther from the blue that we originally started with.
We're testing now 7 different fish. They vary in sexes and age. They are all really important to us. We have assigned names, and we can say that they kind of have personalities.
Danny has worked very independently to establish these experiments, develop the protocols, and come up with ways of testing and asking the fish questions. And we decided to ask the fish to help us better understand what they could see and how the molecular basis of their visual systems might really play out in how they behaved.
So when it's time for the fish to test, I drag the fish to the back of the tank so I can make sure they're looking at both colors, and see that time she chose the wrong color, so she doesn't get a reward. So I'll give her another chance. Hopefully she'll do better this time. And that time she chose the right color, so she gets a reward.
The most important aspect of vision likely is for cichlids choosing their mates. There are more species of cichlids than any other fishes in the world. Today we find cichlids on many different continents, from South America to Africa, Madagascar, and even India. So there are literally thousands of species of cichlids. And so one of the reasons that species differ in color is so that females can choose the correct male to mate with rather than wasting their matings with the wrong species.
We're also doing evolutionary analysis about this, how genes have been lost or have been duplicated or converted between each other, and how this affects their visual capabilities, because if water gets very murky because of human interference, for example, then it's hard for them to discriminate between colors, and then it's hard for them to find mates and breed.
Color and vision go together so that the species can recognize each other. Because the fish are blue, Danny chose to start working with blue colors to begin with. And then he started asking the fish, can you tell this blue apart from different shades of gray? The cichlids learn very quickly. I think they're very intelligent fish. And so they proved to be excellent subjects for doing these behavioral experiments.